Hello, you Incorrigible-lites. We're back with another little one-shot here, and I'm going to be running this one, which is kind of rare for our one-shots. If you have been caught up on the regular feed, then you've probably heard our Call of Cthulhu play with Paula Deming, and we enjoyed the system and kind of the world enough where we wanted to play another one. So I'm going to be taking on the role of the Keeper, and we're going to be playing a pre-written adventure called Refractions of Glasston. And this adventure actually is seems like an interesting one. It was created as a collaboration between Chaosium Inc. and a handful of professional writing students out of Taylor University in Upland, Indiana. Let me just start with reading the foreword for it, because I think this is an interesting project. Like I like the collaboration. I like obviously when we roleplay, and the thing we all like about it is like the collaborative storytelling, right? So I think it's interesting it's almost like a meta collaboration if you're able to do it before you even start playing the game and building the story and the branching outcomes, right? Anyways, this is the foreword for the adventure, which you can actually find free on DriveThruRPG. Designed and published by Taylor University professional writing students over the course of a semester, Refractions of Glasston was the final project of Tabletop Game Writing Lab, a new prototype course at the university during the fall 2019 semester. For this first course, Chaosium agreed to collaborate with Professor Knight to publish an adventure module for the Call of Cthulhu RPG on their Miskatonic repository community content resource on DriveThruRPG. Creative director Mike Mason and associate line editor Lynn Hardy worked with the students throughout the semester to discuss story development, the writing and editing process, layout, and publication. In a very compressed schedule, these students were able to experience the roles of writer, editor, art director, and designer in the game industry, learn from game industry professionals, and publish an exciting RPG adventure. As the university is located in rural Indiana, the students chose to write a unique story that reflected aspects of Indiana life in the 1920s. I hope you enjoy the adventure as much as we enjoyed the creative process. Written by Professor T.R. Knight, Taylor University Professional Writing. Our story, as alluded to in the foreword, begins in rural northwest Indiana, 1925. In a small town called Glasston, which has seen a recent and desperately needed economic boom. This is due entirely to the CEO of the Winters Jar Company, Elias Taylor Winters, who has discovered a secret technique or perhaps another material added in the glass making procedure to create their super jars. And this has finally allowed TWJ Co. Like their sales have bumped above finally their long-standing competitor Ball Glass. Now these more durable super jars have put Glasston on the map, so to speak, shattering expectations for such a small company in rural Indiana. And a recent claim that they've devised a way to make a better, unbreakable glass used in their jars has evoked excitement and doubt from fans and skeptics alike. Now, the 1920s, so to kind of put us in the time period framing, right? So in Indiana in the 1920s, and again, all of this is like information included with this adventure. This isn't anything that I know about Indiana. I'm not spitting facts to you about my Indiana facts. It's not quite as in depth as the shallowness that we're going to touch here. But in the 1920s, it was just a time of growth for the state of Indiana. Much of the land was it was in the process of being settled, and it's still a lot of farmland and swamplands, which of course made travel outside of any actual like roads that were already constructed obviously very difficult. So any other means other than bus, the very limited automobiles that may exist or be owned at the time, and rail also these are the kind of the main modes of transportation. Larger towns and cities and more wealthy towns and cities have electricity by now. So Glasston does have electricity. And kind of one of the main things is prohibition is in full effect here. Indiana itself apparently was undergoing prohibition like up to 2 years before it was even actually brought into like as a law. They were practicing this prohibition on alcohol. And as I said, like cars are a rarity. Most of the travel is of course done by train or bus, which is where where each of you find yourselves. Now you don't know each other. You know, as the bus is progressing down its route, perhaps some of you are boarding probably at many different stops at different times. So perhaps some of you have been on this bus for much longer than others. But who do we have here on the bus with us? Let's start with Elena.
Hi, my name's Marie Phillips, but you can call me Joe. Don't ask. And, I'm from Greencastle, Indiana, and then, I went to school. I tried that university thing, and, it was a waste of my chemistry talents. I'm all about the coin now. So, I kind of started making moonshine out of my parents' farm and, in their barn, and then they found me making moonshine and then kicked me out. And now I'm on my way to Glasston because that's where my uncle is and he makes moonshine. So, I'm going to learn how to make better moonshine from him. And, we're going to get rich.
Emily.
Hello. My name is Ruby Mayfield. I'm a nurse so that I can put some good back into the world because, everyone has at least a little good in them, but sometimes they need a little help to embrace it is all. Ruby wears a green button-up dress with a loose-fitting cardigan that is very nice and cozy and warm, and has a gray hat over her strawberry blonde wavy bob.
Bill.
I will be playing Clive Zebediah Holden, originally from New York City, raised by mother and father who were entrepreneurs, quite wealthy, made most of their wealth in plastics manufacturing. And Clive has used that wealth that he kind of was born into to become a bit of an investor. Didn't really follow down the path of getting into the plastics business, but instead invested in various different industries and most recently has dumped a very large portion of his wealth into Ball Glass, the company that up until very recently was doing quite well. So that is Clive. He's, as far as description goes, he's relatively tall and kind of slight and skinny guy, dirty blonde hair that's kind of brushed up and shaved short along the sides. Typically fairly well dressed. Yeah, that's him.
John.
I'll be playing Barnaby T. Williams. I'm a 32-year-old pastor. My whole family's always been pastors as far back as we could. Well, he's struggling with that a bit. They've been pastors all their existence. I mean, all the way far back as he can remember. But when it came time for him to go to seminary, he decided he didn't feel the calling like his brother did. And he decided to become a boxer. He, the fine sport of boxing, in the upper class type boxing, it's a real sport. So he went that direction. But his brother, who went to seminary, unfortunately, was called to the Great War and unfortunately died in France. So his dad, of course, looked to Barnaby to, fulfill his brother's spot in seminary. So Barnaby came back and, became a Methodist pastor, and now he travels the Midwest trying to spread the good word of the Lord. He does struggle a bit with this because it wasn't what he really wanted to do, but he felt that God must have been calling him for some reason. So, as you say, he's young. He's sort of got his slick back hair. He wears a nice sweater vest and tie underneath. He speaks very politely to people, and he's a pretty well-built guy, but you don't really see it. He's not real muscular, but he's a strong fella. He's just trying to find his way in northern Indiana.
Now, I haven't traveled much, and I travel pretty light, so I'm kind of oozing over into the second seat. I'm a little large, and I got overalls on. My hair's a little disheveled, but I don't know the last time I looked in the mirror.
How far south do you think Indiana is?
I'm from Greencastle. That's like down there by Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, it all tracks in. Sorry. Excuse me for...
Family's from Kentucky.
Excuse me for questioning what you said.
Well, I'm finally going to get right where the Detmers actually live, because I would just say they're in Ohio.
Somewhere down there where you pool up to the pool and you get cool in the pool.
And the wolves come out at night.
In the roof.
On the roof.
Yeah.
There's a wolf on my roof.
What are you all talking
After traveling all day, you arrive in Glasston in the late, kind of unseasonably warm evening. You're famished and you're tired. It does seem this is the last stop of the route, and the four of you are the last few remaining passengers to disembark at the end of the line. So you get off at what looks like to be the edge of the town, kind of this lonely, dusty bus stop, stands amid the hazy heat. There's just like basically a very simple kind of shelter. You see there is clearly like a type of a ticket booth, and it is manned by an uninterested looking young gentleman. In the midst of kind of on either side of this booth are a number of benches, of course, where people could wait to be seated as they wait for buses to show up. And again, it's just the four of you here now on this platform as the bus kind of takes off to wherever it may go, to whatever depot is closest, perhaps. But here you are in Glasston.
I lay my suitcase down, take out my handkerchief, and wipe my head. Oh my, it's a scorcher today, isn't it, folks?
Heck yeah, brother. I love that summer heat.
Yes, quite warm.
Really doesn't quite agree with my complexion, but I'm sure I will adjust.
Are you feeling poorly, sir?
No, I'm quite all right, thank you. So, what brings you all to this very lovely town?
I ain't saying nothing about nothing.
I think there may be a few too many negatives in that sentence, young lady, but that's quite all right.
I went to school. Don't disrespect me.
No disrespect meant.
What did you go to school for?
I did like a year of chemistry.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
How interesting.
Yeah, there's more money in different kinds of chemistry right now, if you know what I mean.
Meth?
Nah. What's meth?
Oh, never mind. Actually, my friend, Dr. Joseph Sullivan, I thought you would be meeting me here.
Uncle Joe? I'm Joe. Well, Marie, they call me Joe, but Joey Sullivan, that's my uncle.
Oh, really? He trains me to be a nurse.
No way.
How serendipitous.
And your name is?
I'm sorry. My name is Ruby. Ruby Mayfield.
I reach out my hand. Nice to meet you, Ruby. And, would you be staying in town for some time?
I believe so. Joseph said something about needing me to come urgently. Some sort of mysterious epidemic in town?
Oh, an epidemic. Are people sick?
That's actually all I know. He really didn't elaborate much in the letter, knowing it would catch my interest if he didn't, honestly.
I heard that Winter's Jar Company, they're using some dangerous chemicals in this supposed unbreakable glass that they're making. Wouldn't be surprised if that's what's making everyone sick.
Oh my.
Winter what?
The Winter's Jar Company. You haven't heard of them?
No, and my uncle, he's no epidemiologist, he's a doctor, I guess. He's gonna teach me how to make stuff. Real good stuff.
Do you know where he lives?
Haven't been there in years. He was gonna meet me here.
I'm sorry, pardon me for being rude. My name's Clive.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I don't believe I introduced myself. Clive Holden.
Very nice to meet you, Clive. I reach out my hand and I realize it's sweaty, so I wipe it off with my handkerchief and then put it back out.
Your
again.
handkerchief's sweaty.
I sort of don't want to come across as rude, but do hesitate for a moment before taking his hand and shaking it.
So it sounds like I feel like I've been brought here on, the Lord has brought me here for purposes such as this illness and things. I'm going to be the pastor here at the Second Methodist Church down the street and would like to invite you all on Sundays.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yes, thank you.
I have yet to meet the people here, but I hear they're lovely, and, they have a fine meal afterwards, after the service, and I'd be happy to get to talk to you all some more.
That does sound very nice.
You may be able to pray for the lovely people at Winter's Jar Company that they might see the error of their ways and stop with these futile attempts at making unbreakable glass at the detriment of this entire poor town.
You really hate them, huh?
But wouldn't unbreakable glass be a good thing?
Well, at what cost? And also, I'm not sure that we know for sure that it's unbreakable.
So as the four of you are kind of introducing yourselves, it doesn't seem like the ticket attendant hasn't paid any attention to you. He's kind of there. He seems he's got like a book in his hand or something. And along with the ticket booth, you see like there's a number, almost like a schedule, right? Like a number of cities in which you could get tickets to. Kind of a few, of course, the cities where some of you would be have come from on this bus route. In addition to a place called the Sand Pit. And then kind of below that, in like a plastic little like stand, are like a number of handouts. They're clearly like maps of the town, but like where you would go to a new place in the tourist section where you kind of find, oh, here's pamphlets for all the coming attractions. Well, there's no other attractions here, just simply this one little small little fold that like folds once, and then you kind of have a town map.
I will pick one up and look at it.
Yeah, Clive will as well.
And so will I.
I just get really uncomfortably close to someone and look over the shoulder.
Oh, look, there's a restaurant nearby.
This truly is a small town, isn't it?
Yes, God does work in small towns as well, and sometimes they're the best people.
Oh, I do agree. Though, where I'm from, Indianapolis, you could easily fit like 6 of this towns there.
I approach the ticket person. Hey, have you heard of it? You seen Uncle Joey, Uncle Dr. Joe around? He's supposed to meet me here.
Puts his book down. What?
Have you seen Dr. Joseph Sullivan? Uncle Joey.
Well, do I look like I'm sick? Why would I have a need to go to the doctor?
I feel like... Alright. Let me try this one more time.
If you're looking for tickets, the last bus is already gone. There's no more for today.
Great. And I walk away.
Dr. Joe was supposed to be meeting us here. That is why she's questioning. Is there any way to get into town other than walking?
No, but it's not far. We're only at the edge of it. He kind of looks at your hands. I see you have the town map there. It might be a little outdated, but it'll get you where you need to go.
Yes, here's the doctor's office right here across from the church. We can just walk there together.
It's like 2 streets. It's just it's a one-stop town. We can walk, girl.
From where we stand, can we see all these buildings?
Yeah, looking like south, you do see lights in the distance and the like structures. As you're into the evening, about sunset, right? You're not quite into the night yet.
Oh, there's the church steeple there. Well, looking at the map here, it's not that far. Come on, please.
Would one of you gentlemen mind carrying my bag for me?
Not at all. I'd be happy to.
Thank you.
So I start walking. So they tell me the First Methodist Church was burnt to the ground in some kind of a mishap.
Oh, my.
That's why I'm here at the Second.
So is that how it got its name? Interesting.
Yes. Apparently the pastor moved on or disappeared or something. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I'm only here for a few months, and I hope to get to meet everyone, especially people like you fine folks.
So brave of you.
So where exactly are you all headed? You do see, so yes, you have the map, so you can see where you're positioned with the bus station. And again, the maps you have, of course, like, yeah, they seem very kind of plain. Not very many details. They kind of list the major landmarks and buildings. So you can see you're walking down Main Street currently, and basically Main Street is like, like Joe said, like a cross section of streets basically, and this is like the heart of Glasston. So you're looking on the map, you can see like there's a restaurant listed, the doctor's office, you have a jail and the morgue, police station, like library, general store, church, and a mansion is listed as a landmark, which seems kind of strange. But the map lists it as Elias Winter's place. Like, you all know, like, you coming to Glasston and knowing where you're going, you've heard of Elias Winters, obviously, the CEO of TWJ Co., and know that in Glasston specifically, he's a very big deal, right? As he's the one that kind of turned this town around as far as the stories go anyways. So you have like a general idea of where kind of specific buildings are, and yes, it is late enough in the evening where like the general store and the library and like they would be closed for any patrons to visit. So where to?
Should we try the doctor's office and see if he's in?
I mean, that's where I gotta lay my bags. I'm down.
It does look like it's the closest stop. Might as well start there.
Yes, and you're welcome to keep the all your items in the church if you want. I have a key. They gave that to me, and we can drop that off, and maybe I'll go get a cup of Joe and maybe a slab of pie together.
Didn't you say the church burned down?
Oh, the first one did.
Oh.
Would like to knock on the door to the doctor's office.
Okay, yes, and again, as by the map, it is the closest building other than the mansion to the bus station. And it does seem, when you knock on the main entrance, there's no answer.
Dr. Sullivan? Are you in?
So you see this kind of small stone building. It stands like only 1 story high. It's got like moss and vines kind of climbing up the walls across the bricks, which gives it kind of more of an aged appearance that kind of contrasts some of the other buildings down Main Street, right? And as you have, referencing this map and leaving the bus stop towards the doctor's office, like you see the state of many of the buildings on Main Street, they do show the town's growing pains. And it seems like your maps may be a little outdated as far as spacing go. And clearly there's no scale to this map. You see there's the older and kind of more smaller buildings like the doctor's office, like they're beginning to be dwarfed by larger new construction. Most of these buildings do appear to be empty. A few of them have like coming soon signs in the windows. But again, the doctor's office, you receive no answer. If you tried the knob, it appears that it is locked.
Clive's going to be kind of staring out across the street, and is the mansion close enough that I can get much of a view of it, or is it a bit further down the road?
No, you can definitely get a full view of this. It's a very large, again, made of brick. It kind of dominates this section of Main Street, right? You can see around it. It seems like there's none of this new construction that's being put up. Like it's almost like standing on its own, separate from the other surrounding buildings, clearly given its space, whether that's, influence from zoning from particular buildings, from Elias himself, or perhaps a reverence of the CEO and the production within the city itself. You're unsure, but it has like kind of a gabled roof. It begins about 30 feet above the ground, and it supports like what looks like kind of a bell tower on the front of this mansion. From where you're standing, there's several stone steps that kind of lead up to a thick wooden door. Other than that, like it's just very like, it's clearly the building itself seems to almost have like this presence. Again, it's notedly in juxtaposition to the other surrounding buildings. It does seem you don't see any signs of many lights, though, from any of the windows. There perhaps is like a singular room that appears to have a light from within somewhere.
Does it like have any like big fence around it or like security or anything, or could you just walk right up to it?
It appears you can just walk right up to it. Those steps kind of lead right onto Main Street.
Boy, a bit of a gaudy building, I do say so myself. Also, a little bit out of date, really. I can't say that I quite agree with the taste of the builder, but to each their own, I suppose.
There's a very uniqueness to it, I should say. Shall we go introduce ourselves?
Oh, no.
I suppose we could.
Why would we bother some nice person on this evening?
That crap looks haunted.
Well, I suppose we don't know the owner is nice, but I do see your point.
Well, maybe tomorrow.
What about that piece of pie?
Yes, let's go down to the church and drop off our bags and go over and see how the local establishment runs.
Yes, that sounds lovely.
Can I drop my bag off on my uncle's porch real quick?
If you wish.
I don't want to carry it. Well, you know what? I pack light. Never mind. And I just shove the little satchel I have in my overalls.
So I start walking, carrying both bags, and it would be so much easier if there were wheels on these things. Maybe someday.
It's a mighty fine idea, actually.
It'll never take off.
It would need wings for that.
I pull out a little notebook from my breast pocket and scribble a couple notes in it and put it back.
So, walk down to the church.
So Main Street itself seems to be kind of lightly populated, right? You do seem to be kind of getting the occasional glance and stare. You're obviously newcomers to Glasston, outsiders, for lack of a better term, perhaps. The occasional person does seem to cross the street, clearly in avoidance of the four of you. And where the majority of the townspeople here are kind of undergoing these actions. As you pass by the police station, which is situated on the northeast corner of the crossroads of Main Street, you see there's a kind of an older looking woman. She's sitting in a chair, kind of a rocking chair outside of the main entrance, keenly watching the street. With one steely blue eye, the other's covered by a dark eye patch. She seems to be very athletic, looking very well built, fair and freckled skin, kind of briefly obscured by puffs of smoke from a cigar sticking out of the side of her mouth. And you see she's got a revolver is slung in a hip holster that hangs to her side. And as you pass, kind of on the other side of the street, her one good eye kind of falls onto the four of you, stoically watching you as you pass by. But you do pass by, and just crossing the street to the church.
Oh my. Have you noticed? People seem to be avoiding us. Do we smell? It was a long bus ride.
Though it's a small town, I think this is very common from my experience. When you come someplace new, people tend to be standoffish a bit until you introduce yourself. It's really on you.
Hey, people always checking me out, brother.
I usually go with a smile and a wave. But you do you.
And Ruby will tentatively wave at somebody, and then put her hand down really quick.
You see, a woman and her child are kind of walking. The little child starts to raise a hand to you, Ruby, and then the mother kind of grabs the child's hand and kind of putting it back to their side as she kind of hustles them away.
Oh.
I sort of do a Forrest Gump wave to the people. Hope to see you on Sunday!
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Life is like a moonshine still. You never know when it's going to blow.
I like the way you're thinking.
As you kind of spotted in the distance, the steeple of the church, even as far away from the bus station as it is, it too seems kind of darkened. The door is unlocked as you enter, and you kind of step into a small kind of lobby-ish area. There's kind of a cloak room, a coat room. A desk is seated here, piled with gilded Bibles. Does have electric lighting in here. And two sets of glass double doors lead into the sanctuary. Between and kind of above these sets of doors, you see a bronze plaque that hangs on the wall. It reads, Forester's path may perish, but I know the faith of its people never shall. Reverend O'Brien, 1849 to 1901.
There's the church. There's the steeple. Where are all the people?
Well, it's late in the evening, but this is a lovely sanctuary. It's exactly how they described in the letters. Wonderful. And this must have been taken from the original church and rehung. Oh, look, see the scorch marks on the bottom?
Yes, and it still has a faint smell of burnt.
I could probably concoct something to remove that with my college chemistry knowledge.
Well, I'll bring it up with the congregation. I of course, am just here for a temporary period of time, so I really have no authority to make any kind of things to be put on other things, if you know what I'm saying.
I got you, like sentimental scorch marks. Yeah.
They could be there as a memory, right?
Yeah, definitely not a curse or a bad sign or anything.
Dear God, I hope not.
I don't believe in curses. I think you make your own destiny.
You got the scorch marks from hell on your plaque in your church, you know what I'm saying?
I suppose, how about that pie? We can put our things in my office here.
Clive, you don't believe that God above has a hand in your future?
I don't want to offend any of you, so perhaps I'll keep my religious beliefs to myself.
No, not at all, Clive. Everyone has their own path, and, some follow the path of the Lord, and others find their way there over time and experience in life. And you, my friend, you seem like a nice young man that maybe your paths will cross with the Lord at some point.
My mama always said, dying was a part of life. I sure wish it wasn't.
Your mother seems like she has, I was going to say wise, but maybe just experienced.
Yeah, she's dead.
Ah,
No,
I'm so sorry to
so
hear that.
sorry for your loss.
Recently?
Oh, heck no. No.
I wasn't even born yet. It was so long ago.
I was married.
She died a year before I was born.
No, she died in childbirth, pushing me out. I was a big baby.
Well, the Lord must had brought you here for a reason and taken her for a reason.
Yeah, 'cause my dad kicked me out.
I look at my watch and I sort of wipe it off. I think we should go get that pie. We don't know what time they close the restaurant around here.
So you were just dumping your baggage in this lobby area.
There's an office there, right?
No, this is just there's like a coat room here. You haven't even moved into the proper part of the church yet through the doors to the sanctuary.
Just the coat room.
I assume there's some kind of a place where I'm going to do my work here in the church. And they would have told me about it.
Be familiar with the layout of, the general layout of a church. Like, obviously, churchgoers attending a service, they would come in here, hang their coats. There is kind of also like a little kitchenette and wash-up area here. No actual office here. You would certainly know, like, the main pastor's office would be, like, in the back behind the sanctuary, where they would probably also have, like, their own living quarters as well. So, yeah, you none of that is here, but there's nothing stopping you from just kind of dropping off your luggage in the coat room.
So, yes, let's leave our luggage here and head on for some pie.
Are you sure that our things will be safe? I mean, no offense.
We're safer than in a church.
Well, yes, of course, but...
Why'd that first church burn down again?
This is a town that is new to all of us. Perhaps I will just bring my things with me for the time being.
Oh, as you wish.
It's not a lot to carry, but thank you for the offer.
Oh, Joe, they didn't elaborate in the letter that I received.
Yeah, so like this church could go up in smoke any minute. Obviously, the good Lord struck it with lightning.
So I walk over to the door and open it up, and shall we?
Alright, hope they have decaf. I got sleep tonight.
I don't know if they had decaf at this day.
I don't know if that exists in 1925, but perhaps we'll find out.
I got it. That is a great idea. Coffee without caffeine.
Clive, write
It'll
that
never
down.
take off. Why would anyone do that? It's ridiculous.
Decaf coffee was invented in 1903, son.
Whoa.
Oh, my bad.
In Germany, the process was patented in 1906. So, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, it hasn't made its way to America yet. Come on.
That's right.
Especially not Indiana.
My brother mentioned that letters back from the war, the Great War. Unfortunately, some of the soldiers got the decaf and fell asleep during a battle.
That's how my brother died.
That's how my brother died.
I can't talk about it.
I hate decaf.
I hate decaf.
Took my brother from me.
Anti-decaf.
So across the street from the church is the general store. You see kind of a sign above it that says it's Patty's General Store, which is, of course, closed at this time of night. But behind it and past it, kind of further west, I guess actually that would be east, further east, according to the map, is the restaurant. And actually, you do, when you approach it, you do see that it appears to be a restaurant and an inn. It, too, has a little sign above called The Little Spoon. And this building, it's rectangular, 2 stories high, protruding from the front of kind of the tan wooden exterior. You see like there's a shingled overhang covering what looks like a front deck. There are 2 separate entrances at the front of the building. A centered door that does lead to the restaurant, and one kind of off to the left that leads upstairs to kind of the inn part of the building. Between these doors, like the windows are kind of like they're plastered with advertisements. Even as you approach from the outside, you can hear like the chatter from what seems like a crowded restaurant inside.
Well, this place certainly doesn't appear to be closed, shall we?
That is fortunate.
I am a bit hungry.
Get her done.
I could use a little snack. I agree. I'll hold the door open,
Thank you, good sir.
give them a nod as they pass.
And as you open the door, like that chatter just amplifies immediately once it's no longer muffled by the closed door. You enter and it does look as crowded as it sounds. There seems to be, even if you wanted to be seated separately, there isn't even enough room for that to happen. So there certainly looks like there would be a place for the 4 of you to sit. You do see there is a kind of a little podium though, as soon as you enter, that says, "Please wait to be seated." And you see like waiting staff just bustling all over the restaurant. Again, very, very busy, almost like chaotic, like loud enough where it's like difficult to almost hear each, as if you were to converse at kind of a moderate to low tone, difficult to hear in this atmosphere.
What'd you say, Clive? What was that?
Huh?
No, I didn't say anything.
Yes, it is crowded in here, yes.
Oh, yeah. I need a shower.
But the food, can you smell that? Oh, smells wonderful.
Clive kind of just like nods and smiles.
I lean to Ruby. I'm worried about Uncle Joe.
Yes, it is quite concerning that he did not show up to meet us.
How'd you meet him?
He was my mentor at nursing school, taught me everything that I know. I'm a pediatric nurse back in Indianapolis.
Kids.
Yes, and toddlers and children, yes.
I've never really asked my uncle much about his actual work. He's gonna teach me how to make moonshine. Well, I already made some, but like good stuff.
Oh my, I didn't know that Dr. Sullivan had anything to do with that.
Yeah, he loves me. My dad kicked me out. My mom died, we've established. And Uncle Joe also makes moonshine. Just saying. You want to get drunk?
Oh, no.
It's good for you.
I couldn't possibly, no. No, thank you.
Cures what ails you.
Oh, that's what medicine is for.
It's medicine. I'm telling you.
Well, it's actually a poison, and if you ingest too much of it, you could have serious side effects like you could go blind and other things that could happen to you.
What? No way.
Oh yes, it can be quite serious.
Yeah, Ruby, I think they do have salads. I sort of put my hand up, looking for somebody, a waitress or something. Is there somebody close by?
Yes, it does. You kind of see kind of a less than lower than average height, kind of dark, like brownish shoulder length hair waitress. Kind of sees the four of you standing there, like it gives you an acknowledging wave as she's kind of bustling away some empty plates, and then like a minute later, from disappearing from the kitchen, dropping them off, she comes back to help you. And you see she's kind of mousy looking. She's got like a very kind of small nose. Like you now see like her hair is kind of in this wavy cut as well. She's like, wiping her hands on her apron as she's coming up to you. Well, hello there. Welcome to the Little Spoon. Table for four?
Yes, please. What a wonderful place you have here. And your name, my dear?
And she kind of points to a little name tag. Oh, I'm Anna. Pleasure. New to Glasston, eh?
Yes, I'm the new pastor. Barnaby Williams.
Pastor Thomas is leaving Glasston?
Oh, I was under the impression that he had already left. So as we're walking through the crowded restaurant, listening to conversations, is there anything that pops out at us or is it just sort of mumbly?
It is kind of like more mumbly. You could give me a listen roll.
I have. Apparently, I don't listen.
Well, what all of you can give me is a spot hidden roll, please.
So Barnaby has a 50% with spot hidden, and I rolled a 4.
I see a listen, but not a spot hidden.
Ruby has a spot hidden of 40% and rolled a 6.
If your skill isn't listed, then you don't have that skill. And let's just say if you want to use that skill, I'll let you do it with a penalty die. So roll 2 of the 10 die and take the higher roll.
56.
45 for Clive.
Without the skill, I think it's going to be very difficult to pass. So neither Joe nor Clive rolled low enough for it, but Ruby and Barnaby, again, as you're moving through and like the conversations you're picking up, like snippets of people just talking about like their day kind of, right? But you do kind of notice though as you're watching them, like it looks like a number of the people in here are wearing like long sleeved clothing, despite how warm it is even into the late evening. And even recalling to your time on the street, like a number of people walking down the street were also kind of in similar garb. The other thing that you notice is like a lot of people, what they're drinking from. It seems like half of the restaurant are drinking from like glass mason jars rather than like a normal cup or like a coffee cup or normal drinking cup.
I was just going to ask, do the mason jars have a ball on them or another company logo on them?
These mason jars have TWJ Co. kind of stamped on them. These are clearly they're not the rivals glassware here in
Disgusting.
Glass. Anna kind of hands you each a menu. Can I get anybody a drink to start?
Yes, some water, please.
I look over at Clive and Joe as to let them order first.
Got any of the new fancy coffee that like doesn't keep you up at night?
Oh yeah, the decaf. We actually just got a shipment in.
I hate decaf.
I want one decaf, please.
Sure.
I'll have a regular coffee, please.
Yes, an American coffee for me.
Right away, Pastor. Oh, one thing. Most of our regular cupware, it's either being used or has broken. Now, we can wait until, some have been washed and free up. It may take a little longer to get your drinks, but we can certainly serve you in a TWJ Co. mason jar if that's okay.
Coffee in a mason jar? Won't that burn our hands?
I mean, have you ever used TWJ Co. mason jar before?
I agree with the pastor. I think it best that I will wait for the usual glassware. Thank you very much.
I ain't got time for waiting.
I've also heard that there might be some chemicals that could leach from that particular company's glassware.
Well, who did you hear that from?
Oh, rumors spread, you know. I've heard it from numerous different people.
Well, certainly not from anybody from Glasston.
Something to do with what is involved in the process of making it unbreakable, and I heavily use quotations.
Whomever you may have heard that from, you're sorely mistaken.
I sort of shrug.
Look, the Lord has brought me here, and if this is what you serve it in, I think that would be fine. I'm game.
Oh, what an experience. Yes.
She kind of gives the three of you a smile, turns her nose up a little bit at Clive, trying to, not as overtly, but trying to clearly put off by Clive's remarks. Okay, and one normal cup for you, sir. It may be a bit of a wait. And she kind of scurries off to secure your drinks.
The service is not very good in this town.
I beg to differ. Anna seems very nice.
Found her quite lovely.
Yeah, she great.
What is this, you keep talking about this problem with the glass?
I'm just merely repeating what I've heard from numerous reputable sources.
Until you know, just saying rumors about things could cause quite a kerfuffle.
Well, I certainly mean to cause no kerfuffle.
Do I see any neighboring tables with a TWJ Co jar empty-ish? Pretty close to empty?
Unattended, you mean? As if patrons have left?
No. Even if they're sitting there with it in their hand, but it's I can see through the jar, right? So I know if it'd be full or not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're clear, your standard kind of clear mason jar. Absolutely, yeah.
Whoever's closest to me with the TWJ Co jar that's empty sitting there, or they're holding, it's almost empty, a sip left. I want to go over and try to smash it on the ground.
So you're going to try to cause a scene and grab a cup from a patron.
I'm not trying to cause a scene. I'm trying to see if it's unbreakable.
Oh, yeah, completely normal behavior in a restaurant.
She's just acting like anybody in Indiana does. We always test for glass.
Okay. How about I more sneakily walk past and my hand or arm happens to hit it off the table?
Yeah, you can definitely attempt to do that. You have some type of stealth or sleight of hand skill that you want to utilize here?
I do have stealth. Let's see. Anthropology, no. Credit rating, fantastic, but no.
There's no way you have a good credit rating.
It says my credit rating's 40%.
Now, knowing what I know about you so far, there is no way you have a good credit rating.
I'm 23 years old. How much credit should I have? Okay. So for stealth, 50%.
Okay, you are going to need a hard success in this crowded restaurant to be surreptitious about knocking off someone's glassware from their table as you walk by.
I rolled a 64.
Okay. So you successfully knock over this jar, but you don't do a good job of making it look like it was an accident.
There was a mosquito on the rim. I had to kill the bug.
As a reminder, you can push a roll, right? Or you can spend luck points to try to get it down to roll. In this case, you would need to hit half of what your value is, right? Your 50% hard success, you would need 25 or lower. So I don't know if you want to spend that amount of luck.
No, I'm not going to push it. Yeah.
You're not going to push. Okay.
There's a fly. I hate flies.
Immediately, this patron stands up as you knock the mason jar. They're reaching for it as you bump it, almost out of their hand, and it falls to the ground, and it bounces once, hits the ground again, and does shatter. Keep in mind that there's the super jar product and the super duper jar product, which, as far as you know, has yet to be rolled out. But now you can confirm these aren't. If these are supposed to be super duper jars, then they're not as unbreakable as they seem.
No, 1 bounce or 2.
There you go. That's the difference. Hey, if you can catch it after 1 bounce, that's pretty good. But this patron is immediately up, and he's like in your face. Excuse me, what the heck are you doing?
There's a fly. I'm sorry. I have a fly phobia. I saw a fly. I had to smack it.
That was clearly intentional.
It really wasn't, sir. Looks like that jar ain't quite unbreakable.
Unbreakable? This is a super jar.
Yeah, what's that? I thought all the TWJ code jars were unbreakable.
You know, as much as Elias has done for this town, attracting outsiders like you is the one negative side about it.
Actually, I'm here to see my uncle, so I had nothing to do with the glass jars. I'm here for Uncle Joey.
Well, no wonder. It runs in the family with a quack like Dr. Sullivan.
He's no quack. I mean, it's been a few years. Is he a quack?
Bet your bottom dollar it is. Now I'll expect you to be replacing my drink and cover around for our table, perhaps.
Wasn't that an empty jar?
Still a little bit left inside. Look at that. Spilt all over the floor.
There's not even a very big puddle. I don't know.
You see Anna, she's got a tray of your drinks finally arriving, and she's like bustling over at the commotion. Sets your drinks down on your table. What's going on? Just an accident. She kind of looks at the broken jar. Just simple accident, right?
Yes, exactly.
She purposely smacked the drink out of my hand. I'm getting the sheriff. This is preposterous.
There was a fly.
There was no fly. No. Ridiculous. And he storms out of the
restaurant. Sir. Pteroneurotophobia is a real thing. I suffer from it myself. Please, let me take care of this. Let me buy a round for your table. There's no reason to get upset. And Joe, I completely understand. Please go back and take a seat at the table. This will all be fine. It's all fine, folks.
Well, now I want to know why he called my uncle quack.
Barnaby, could you roll me a persuade roll, please? It's going to be a hard success.
Let's see. My persuade is 50. I've got a 67.
Would you like to attempt to push your roll?
Nah.
All right. So your offer kind of falls on deaf ears as this customer storms out of the restaurant, purportedly to go fetch the sheriff.
Oh my! I can't believe all that just happened.
Yeah, this is not a good way to introduce yourself to the people of this fine town.
Well, if the glassware were truly unbreakable, this wouldn't have happened.
Anna's like, okay, well, perhaps if they're truly going to get the sheriff, look, if you just cover the cost of the glassware and perhaps the man's drink, I'm sure we can square it away with the sheriff. Look, being out of towners and all, I assume you're going to need somewhere to stay perhaps for tonight.
Yes, we will.
I was going to go stay at my uncle's place, but whatever. And can I replace it with a ball jar? Has it got to be like same brand, model, make?
Listen, I'm going to have to ask the four of you to leave.
But
wait, what?
I'm not really
Didn't you just tell us
with them. We just met on the bus. Can't I stay at least?
Yes, and I'm, as much as I hate to say it, I'm here as the pastor, so these fine folks are just got off the bus with me, and I'm so sorry, Clive and Ruby and Joe, but I do need to make a good impression in town.
We have 2 rooms available. Barnaby and Ruby can both roll me persuade checks, please. Just a regular difficulty.
My persuade is 50%. I rolled a 93.
Ooh, super close.
Yeah, my persuade's at 30%, and I rolled an 80.
Do either of you want to try to push your luck somehow?
What does that mean?
I don't think I have enough luck.
Push your roll is what I meant. So if you want to push your roll, basically you just have to come up with an excuse or like a justification of how I will let you re-roll.
Yeah, I will take a big drink from my glass and really enjoy this drink of water I'm getting from this glass. Be like, I really do, like this. This is a lovely jar to drink out of. I've never had the experience of drinking out of a jar before. I truly enjoy this. Maybe arrangements could be made.
Barnaby, are you doing something?
Yes. Okay. I'll wait and see how that plays out.
Okay, go ahead and give me your pushed roll here, Ruby.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Almost a critical success. You see, like, immediately, Anna's, like, immediately starting to soften up. Well, like I said, we do have 2 rooms. Barnaby, do you want to try to push a roll here as well?
Yes. I'll say. I'll take her hand and say, Anna, dear, you look like a God-fearing woman, and I would really appreciate your hospitality and your kindness here, just for tonight.
Give me a roll.
20.
So that was a hard success then you just got, right? Because you have a 50.
I had a 50, yeah, so I needed a 25 for hard.
Ruby, with your very, very near crit and the hard success from Barnaby, your words, Barnaby, seem to get through to Anna. And again, she like kind of, like her shoulders kind of, almost as if like a weight is kind of lifting off, you know, like she's clearly, it's kind of a stressful moment dealing with it, and she's kind of put at ease very clearly. Okay, I'll let the 4 of you stay. Again, just pay for the broken glassware. She kind of turns to Clive. And if you would like to experience the unbreakable super duper jar, then in the morning, just be sure to visit Patty's general store, where you can pick up a jar of your own, perhaps, if you want to do some testing. You'll see the product is exactly what it claims to be. Now, the stairs are just outside the front entrance there. You'll have to divvy up the 2 rooms as the 4 of you see fit.
Well, I thank you very much for your hospitality. And I may take your advice and visit the store tomorrow. Thank you.
How many bounces does the super duper get?
As many as you need.
So you tried it.
Of course, I have a full set at home. I do a lot of canning in my free time.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
Anna, would you mind much if I did take the coffee and pie here, or if you think it would be too off-putting to everyone right now in my room?
Oh, you have pudding?
We unfortunately don't have any pudding, but yes, I suggest you take your drinks and any pie. Perhaps some food. I haven't even taken your food order. Oh, this whole ordeal. Yes, please. If you have anything and would like some dinner, something to eat, I can bring it. Have it brought to your rooms.
Bless you, Anna. Bless you.
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
Clive, I assume you and I would only be proper.
Yes, of course.
Okay, so Clive, your drink has yet to arrive, right? As there's no normal cup for you. Any food anyone wants, you can certainly put in an order. So everyone else is taking their drinks that they were given and their food. Clive, like, it's a couple hours before your drink is brought up to the room that you're staying in. It's a very long wait to get it was a coffee you ordered as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course by now it is like bone cold.
But you got a normal cup.
You got a normal cup, yeah.
Which is what matters.
And you see there's a small little crack at the base of the handle in this standard porcelain coffee mug. This gauche mug that found here in Glasston.
Ugh.
But you pay for your food. I assume someone, as Anna had said, is going to pay for the broken jar and the man's drink. I think you all have like some sort of starting amount of money. Again, it's not going to be anywhere near what the funds that you have available. Like you can obviously very readily pay for it.
Yeah, Clive would chip in if need be, for sure.
I have a handgun if she wants payment that way.
Wow.
Well, might as well escalate it to the next level.
I also have a jug of moonshine on me, just saying.
As Anna had said, the way to the rooms are kind of out and up that set of stairs you saw as you had come in.
Barnaby, dear, would you retrieve our baggage, please?
Oh, of course.
All right, you can retrieve your luggage and then go up to your rooms here. And you see, like, in the rooms, both of them are the same. They each have like a cream wallpaper kind of depicting roses on them, like lining of roses, kind of plastered on the walls of like the stairway that you go up. And it opens up into kind of this two branching hallways at the top. One goes straight ahead and the other kind of extends to the left. Wooden floors and trim accent the rose wallpaper. A number of doors line the walls of the hallway. There's 3 on the outer wall and 2 on the inner. These 2 on the inner are going to be yours. And like the inn itself is kind of laid out in a square, right? So if you're picturing this, you're kind of on the outer edge of this square, essentially above the restaurant as well.
Like a mezzanine? Like there's a hole in the middle?
No, you can't really see into it, but as the rooms kind of extend above the space of the restaurant, right? Kind of on either side of this hallway. Again, each room is identical. You see there's 2 single beds in each, separated by 2 nightstands. They both have the same kind of painting framed and hung on the wall above the bed. Each room does only have 1 desk, so if there is need to use it, you would have to share. And separate from all of the rooms in the inn, there are a pair of bathrooms, of course, where people can go and bathe and use the restrooms up on this second floor. So you can kind of settle in, you get your food and your drinks, and can kind of do whatever you may do to unwind before closing out the night here.
Okay, I think I'll eat my food and just light chit chat with Clive. Go over to the desk and take out some paper and start writing a letter. I need to write a letter to my father to let him know I arrived safely. And take some time. Is there like electric lights in here, or is it candles? And
it is electric. There is electricity here.
So yeah, I'll just write that out and just small talk. Show Clive the watch that my brother had that I wear now, that since he's passed, and tell some stories about letters I received from him.
I'll likewise show Barnaby my pocket watch with a picture of myself and my mother and father, and then find a place to sit down and flip through my little notebook that I was writing in earlier, looking at different ideas I'd come up with in recent months, maybe scribbling down some more thoughts that I had throughout the day, the trip down here.
Yeah, I think bicycle tires on the side of the luggage would be good. Large tires, large wheels. You think maybe an axle right through the center?
Yes. I think, the bigger the tires, the better, really.
Agreed.
You're onto something, Barnaby. I'm impressed with you.
I'm going to be in our room eating my plate of cheese and crackers, just nibbling on it, and sitting daintily on my bed. And when I'm finished, I'll put the plate on the desk. Good night, Joe. It's been a long day. I'm just going to turn in. Go get in bed and go to sleep.
All right. Night.
As you have kind of gone off to sleep, Joe, Ruby, and Barnaby, as you're not quite, in REM yet, you hear like a low humming start. It kind of like starts very quiet, almost like just rolls, and it kind of crescendos to a barely audible level.
Like a constant hum?
Constant, like a machinery running or something, but very, very low, and like monotone. It doesn't, like, if you were to kind of get up and look around the room for a source, it doesn't seem like a source is discernible from your current surroundings.
I get up and I get nose to nose with Ruby, and I'm like, Ruby, I hear something.
Go to sleep.
Sorry, my breath's bad. I back up. Do you hear that humming? There's a hum.
That's not you?
No, silly, I'm not a machinery.
You've been making so much other noise. I can't tell anymore.
Oh, gee. Was it the pie?
I don't want to even question that.
I want to go see what this humming is. You want to get up and go see this humming?
Not really. I think I'm just going to stay here in bed and try and get some sleep. But you, please do go and see what the humming is.
All right.
I get up out of bed. I'm sort of rubbing my ears. I try not to disturb Clive. I go over to the window and open it up. All right, we're on the inside. There's no window, right?
Yeah, there's a window. Yeah, no, there's a window.
Okay. I open the window up and sort of stick my head out, look around to see if I can catch a source of anything that might be making this noise.
Yeah, I think we've already established you don't have the listen skill. So as you open the window and kind of put your head out, there doesn't seem to be a difference in the sound. Like when you open the window, like it doesn't become less muffled or more muffled, or it's just this constant low hum. Almost like feels like it's in like the back of your mind, you know, like the way you hear it, it's less like hearing something from like to the right of you or to the left of you, and it's just kind of like all like almost if it completely surrounds you.
I'll go over to my suitcase, open it up, sort of go through my little pouch for my bathroom supplies and find some aspirin and take a couple, thinking I just must have some bad headache.
Joe, are you leaving the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you too, as you open the door, like it doesn't change in the constant sound of it as you move out of the room and into the hallway. Where would you like to go?
Does it sound like it's from below me? I know it sounds all around me, but
Do you have the listen skill?
I do not.
Okay. Yeah, so similar thing to how I described for Barnaby. There's doesn't seem to be a discernible source around you.
Yeah, I'll go downstairs.
So you kind of move down the hallway, and we get to the top of the stairs, and as you approach, you kind of hear like clumping up the steps, and you kind of meet at the top a young woman. She's like clutching a bandaged arm, and she seems frantic. Oh, excuse me, you're not from here, right? Are you a doctor? Is anyone with you a doctor?
I mean, I was here to see Uncle Joe. He's a doctor, you know, Dr. Sullivan.
Yeah, I know. He's not in his office. Can you help me?
What happened? Yeah.
I have an ailment here on my arm. Can you look at it? Can you do anything for me?
Yeah, let me see.
And she begins to unwrap kind of fresh bandages from her forearm, and like multiple layers here, right? And as she pulls off layers of layers, they get like blood and you know, the yellowish of like pus as she exposes like 4-inch rash, raised red with patches of skin seem to be missing from her forearm. Yeah, like you saw on the bandages, pus and blood seep out of the breaks in the skin. Do you have some type of medical training that will come in handy here at all?
I have pharmacy and chemistry under science. Oh, I have medicine. It's not great. Pharmacy's better, but...
Okay, if you would like to make a medicine check to kind of look over the rash. Obviously, you know that Ruby is a trained nurse in your room.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try to figure it out, though. For medicine, it's 21. I rolled 61.
Okay, do you want to try to push this roll somehow? Because that is obviously a fail.
I end up licking her rash. No, I'm just kidding. Hold tight 1 second. I got a nurse. I'll run back up, open the door, and be like, Ruby!
What?
Someone's got a weird rash down there. Crap's going on. Come.
Oh my, okay. I'm coming.
I know that a lot of people ask you about skin stuff, but like for real, this is skin stuff. You know, this isn't just like a mole or a freckle.
Okay, let me grab my bag. I'm coming. And I will go to my luggage and I will grab out a little bag of medical stuffs and follow Joe.
At this point, Barnaby, you've taken your aspirin and you're kind of hearing something going on in the hallway.
Okay, I get up and go over to the door and sort of open it up to look out.
And as you do, like Ruby is walking by you with like a bag in her hand. You can see this woman that is joined now by Joe and Ruby at the top of the stairs here. And yeah, she's still kind of like clutching her arm. Ruby, as you approach, you kind of see this rash, and as As you're peering closely, you can also give me a medicine, please. It is a hard medicine. You know what? I'll make it normal from... I'm going to consider Joe going to get you. Kind of a attempt to push. So I'll just lower the difficulty rather than give you a more severe punishment if you fail a push roll.
Well, my medicine is a 60%, and I rolled a 2.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
That's a blazing success, right?
These dice are doing well tonight. I switched dice from earlier.
You're really good at rolling the opposite of what you should in D&D. So we discovered, right?
So as you peer and you've like, what's in your bag? What are you doing as to look at this?
I believe I would have a stethoscope, some gauze, obviously some tongue depressors because everybody needs a tongue depressor, and scalpel, iodine. What else would be used in... Yeah, meth, obviously. What else would be used in the 1920s?
Leeches.
Opium.
Maybe a lot of opium, yeah.
Maybe a magnifying glass.
Yeah.
So Barnaby, are you kind of joining?
Yeah, I'm going to see what's happening. I come out, as soon as I see somebody's hurt, I run out, of course, sort of putting on my shirt, my night shirt, and run over and, oh my, oh, what happened here? Oh my gosh. Oh, you're going to be fine, dear. You're going to be fine. Just, please, Ruby, attend.
I'm taking care of it, Barnaby. Just hold her other hand and keep her calm. Now, dear, this may sting a bit, and I'll take the scalpel and just kind of nick at one of the pustules to see what happens.
You don't have any gloves or nothing?
Clive, you're woken up by all this commotion. You can join them too if you wish. So Ruby, as you've rolled your 2, we'll call it a crit success here. As you're taking this scalpel out, you're about to pop some of these pustules. You see embedded around the rash, looks like there's pieces of glass, like shards of glass in and around the skin and the pustules that you're like mid-pop here.
I would stop what I'm doing then and notice the glass, and I'll get out my tweezers and try and pull out a piece of glass. Oh my, how did this get in here?
And you're pulling and tugging, and it's not like removing like a sliver or something, right? You're pulling it, and it looks, the skin around this particular shard appears to be connected to the piece of glass. As you're pulling on it, you finally pull it out of this woman's arm, tearing the skin around it as well. She immediately, okay, no, thank you, and she begins to wrap her arm up. That's enough.
Wait, let me put some ointment on it at least. You do have glass embedded in your arm that needs to be removed, and I did say it would sting a bit.
No more ointment. No. And she kind of walks, hurries away from you, mumbling something under her
How
voice.
did you get the glass in your arm?
Yes, where did those shards of glass come from? Could I take a closer look?
She kind of ignoring, she's clearly in pain. So none of you have the listen skill?
I do.
I do.
Okay, those that have the listen skill can roll me a listen check, please.
My listen is a 60%, and I rolled a 92. So my dice have failed me.
I rolled an 18, and my listen is 40%.
So Clive, even as you're asking to see the bit of glass that Ruby has pulled out of this woman's arm, as she's walking away and mumbling on her voice, you make out what she's saying. She says, "I'll just go deal with the pain my usual way." As she charges, stalks off down the stairs, kind of turning the corner of the restaurant back out onto Main Street.
So Clive kind of pauses for a moment and almost looks a bit quizzical, and then looks over to Ruby. There was glass in her arm. Could I?
Many pieces. Yes, here, look. And I'll hold up the tweezers to him.
Looks like it came from a Winters jar company.
Really dislike this company for some reason. Did they wrong you somehow?
Oh, no. Sorry, I have a bad habit of thinking out loud sometimes.
Well, the skin was attached to this glass. The glass had grown into her arm, and I had to pull quite severely to detach it. I've never seen anything like it, not with glass. It's quite strange.
Ruby, as you're holding up this little fragment to Clive, like the strips of flesh still hanging from the end of it, but the part of the glass that isn't coated in flesh and gore, that's still clear and kind of see-throughable. In the light, it catches it, starts to like refract a bit of a rainbow sheen across those small little sections of it as you're kind of moving it around in the light.
Jokes aside, could I perhaps make a roll of some sort, or is there any way that I might be able to tell where I would recognize the glass from?
You'd have to make a pretty solid case to try to figure that out with just this little small piece of glass.
Is it unusual for like a rainbow shimmering to happen from a typical piece of glass in that day and age, or?
Why don't you give me an appraise check?
I have a 40% in appraise. Do you want a regular, or is it going to be hard?
This will be a normal, just a regular.
62. Yeah, I think I will accept that roll.
Yeah, looking at it and seeing it shine, like you're kind of perhaps vaguely aware of like light refracting through glass or through like a glass prism, and kind of the loose qualities of light, as I would say with the abundance of electricity too, like that type of knowledge has just kind of become more and more common as more electric lights are introduced places, right? And it's just this witnessing the phenomenon of sunlight coming through, panes of glass, etc. That like this type of sheen isn't unusual, but there's something about it that seems different. Not quite as normal as maybe your base knowledge would give you, but to discern that it's unique to specifically like TWJ code glass, like you have no idea.
Okay.
Ruby, is this woman in any danger? Does she need to see a doctor?
Well, yes, she's quite infected, and if a foreign body remains in her body, then all kinds of things could move in, bacteria and whatnot, and cause her arm to get much worse and possibly gangrene and maybe even fall off.
I think we need to follow her. I think we need to go find some help for her.
Oh, yes, right away.
And I get up and start walking down the steps. Clive, are you coming?
Yes, I suppose I will come along.
Joe?
Huh?
We may need your help.
Okay.
I'll pull a handkerchief out of my pocket and wrap it around the tweezers and the glass and the gore and shove it in my bag.
Don't forget the gore.
Don't forget the gore.
All right, so you're pursuing this young woman then.
In our night clothes.
Before we immediately leave the scene, I'll lean over to Joe and say, I've heard that moonshine could act as a bit of a painkiller or even antiseptic. Maybe if you bring a small amount with you.
Hey, I got my jug! And I reach into my boobs and I grab a jug.
Oh, perfect.
Well, can everybody
Three jugs!
Can everybody everybody but Joe make me a sanity check, please?
I'm already insane, thanks.
Sanity.
My sanity's 50 and I rolled a 45.
Mine's 50. I rolled an 89, so I think we're both in the same boat.
Mine's 50 and I rolled a 63.
Okay. So Barnaby and Ruby are going to take one hit from your sanity as Joe is just pulling things out of cleavage that doesn't look like it should be able to fit.
It's overalls. There's
Cleavage of holding.
Cleavage of holding.
That means my sanity goes to a 49?
Yeah, that's right. And you pursue this young woman with the injury. So you're leaving. You leave the Little Spoon back onto Main Street, and it does appear that she has turned to travel west. You kind of just catch a glimpse of her far down this road, kind of where there's kind of a bit of a bridge on the loose outskirts of town that crosses a bit of a river. And you can pursue down Main Street here. As you get to the bridge, kind of the last building here on the very edge of the town is the library, which again, you certainly can reference in a town map. I don't know if anybody had the prescience to grab one on their way out. Probably not, as if you're still in your nightgowns pursuing. But at this time, like, the streets are quiet. You know, the lights, street lights have dimmed to kind of a low production of light, and everybody but Clive, like, still that humming continues to persist through this whole time. It doesn't seem like it's changed. At this point, almost like when things are going on and like you're conversing, it's really only in those moments of quiet that you like notice it again. So it's not like it's stopping and starting back up. It's more like it becomes background noise in amidst other things that are happening when your mind is focused on other activities or other tasks, other conversations. But once you have a lull perhaps in activity, in vocalization, like the quiet times is when you really notice the humming. But as you're moving past the library, you clearly see there's kind of a hunched figure at the door of it, the front of it. And you see the library itself is a small, kind of another rectangular building. It seems many of them are similar construction or similar like footings as far as size and shape. The library, though, is one of those buildings that's almost like in between the old and the new kind of this construction and the boom of the city itself. On its left side, it's clearly there's some expansion that's being added to it. It's still in the midst of being constructed. Large double doors are the front entrance to it, and that's where this figure is hunched over, clearly trying to like manipulate the doorknobs and get into this locked door. He doesn't seem to notice you as you're coming up the street.
Do we see the woman that we're trying to chase?
At this point, now that you're kind of like past the bridge, like there's no lights out on the street, so it's kind of more like starlight and moonlight that you're navigating by. So kind of this low light, and she's like, you've lost sight of her down this road. As far as you can tell, this road just continues in one direction, though.
So I'll see him, and being naive and not thinking he's trying to break in, I'll just yell out, "Sir! Did you see a young lady run by? She's injured and needs our help. You there!"
You startle clearly this man, and he kind of turns to you. See, he's got like a scraggly beard, dark, like wavy brown hair. He's kind of has a very small nose set in his face, below like blue eyes, dark circles underneath of them. His clothes are tattered and weathered. They're dirty and old. Clearly haven't been laundered in some time. As he turns, he's like almost stumbles. He's clearly intoxicated, and you see he's got some type of little piece of metal or tool in his hand, and he just regards you. "Writhing sands, mindlessly toiling in the writhing sands," and he turns back to whatever he was doing at this door.
"Sir, the lady we're following." I'll walk closer to him. "I implore you, please."
Following in a good way. We're not stalking her. We do mean to help her.
"Oh, I've seen. Nobody believes me. Nothing there, they say. Everything, every time, everyone, everywhere they look. Nothing there. And not the right time. Not the right time. Have to find the right time."
My goodness, this poor man seems to have gotten into some sort of drug, or either that or he's had quite a lot to drink.
I'll look at my watch. It is 2 a.m., sir. Is that the right time?
It must be. The time, maybe now. It must be in the books. I need the books. I need them.
What books?
The library is clearly closed, sir.
And he turns back and starts like, he's got it. It's not even like a lockpick. It's like this sharpened, like small bit of metal that he's just jamming into the lock, and he's just like twisting. He's clearly has no idea what he's doing. He's almost like trying to brute force his way in through the lock of these double doors.
I go over to him and, sir, I theft and thievery is no for a public library. You can come back in the morning, please. And I try to take his hands, grab the tool away from him.
He doesn't seem to like resist you as you kind of pull him. Writhing sands, writhing sands, writhing sands. Mindless.
Please, come here, sit down.
Mindless.
On the stairs here, sit down. I sort of sit down beside him, put my hand on his back. Sir, you've obviously had a little bit too much of the devil's liquid tonight. So please let me help you. Please. And I look at the others. Find the girl.
Are you sure you'll be all right here by yourself, Barnaby?
I've been through this before, yes. I'm sure I'll be quite safe.
Oh, I didn't realize you liked the drink, but...
No. I've helped quite a few. And as a pastor, I see this a lot.
Oh, I see.
Oh,
I
you're
see.
a pastor.
Yes.
Because I'm a moonshiner, would I know or be able to tell if they're truly acting drunk, or if it would be something else?
Do you have some applicable skill in which you can apply?
Chemistry.
All right. I'll allow it. Sure. Give me a chemistry roll.
Credit rating.
So, one thing about credit rating, because this is a very strange skill, I will actually just tell you quickly how it works in case it comes up. It applies to a scenario in which you are trying to leverage your individual wealth. That's what that means.
I've medicine, natural world, psychology, like maybe any of I don't know.
Okay, I'm going to give you, you can make me a double check here. So you're going to roll once. You will be giving me a psychology and chemistry roll. So you do one roll and see which ones, or hopefully both, that you succeed on.
Psychology's under 40, chemistry's under 70, so I need an under 40. Ideally. 41.
Oh.
Do you want to use luck? You have luck.
Yeah. I have 85 luck.
What?
Very good. You only need to spend one to hit both, right? Because 40 is your low point.
No, spend them all!
I've got a negative 45 in there.
I'm a very lucky lady. Right?
Yeah, that is very high for luck, it seems. Excellent. Pass both with flying colors. He's very clearly is inebriated, but there is something else. So your chemistry tells you that, yeah, I mean, you imbibe yourself as a moonshiner, maybe not quite following the golden rule of never indulging in your own stash, perhaps, but you definitely know the effects of somebody under alcohol, right? He's clearly drunk. He's had some amount. But with the psychology aspect of it, clearly there's something else influencing this behavior. This is erratic. Like, he's not even, he's stuttering, but he's not even slurring words like somebody who's drunk may. Like, if they've had a lot, right, they'd start slurring. So you see signs of two things kind of coinciding here within this individual, affecting him, and clearly something else is going on outside of him having imbibing in alcohol.
Yeah, so this guy has been drinking. Good for you, but also something else going on. I'm gonna look him up and down for rashes, or I don't know. I was debating holding the gun to his head to see if he'd sober up, but that's kind of scary.
Ah, yes. Don't bother trying coffee. Just
It works in the movies.
You know what?
You hold the gun and they get scared.
Probably
straight.
good thing Joe had decaf. Holy.
That's the way to get the truth out of someone, obviously. Torture.
Okay, so you kind of you can give him a look over. Like, what do you do? Like, again, his clothes are kind of tattered. Like, if you kind of pulled up sleeves and looked at his forearm and arms, like, you don't see any signs of any rash or like glass rash on him here at all. So he doesn't seem to have any outwards appearance of that. Again, without like stripping him down completely.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. In that regard, he's not showing the same thing that this woman you've encountered has had. As he's sitting there, and Barnaby, as you're kind of trying to put him at ease, it seems you're successful, right? And Joe, as you're kind of looking him over, he's very like lethargic, right? As he starts to calm down, even what he's ranting, his rantings about the sands and the right time, they become mumbled and less pronounced until they finally cease. And it's almost as if he comes out of some type of fit that he was caught up in the middle of, and he seems a little more lucid after a minute or two. Again, with Barnaby's help, with Joe, you're standing over him. He kind of looks swaying a little bit back and forth under the effects of some booze, and looking at each of you. Who are each of you?
I'm Reverend Williams. Now, please relax. And your name, good sir?
Dennis Adkins.
Dennis. This is Joe. I sort of point over to Joe. Now, the other two, are you guys still standing there? Are you guys staying there, or did you run off?
I think we stayed just to see what would come of this.
This is Ruby, and this is Clive. We are all here to help you. How do you feel?
Confused. Does anyone have a book on them?
I have a journal.
Can I see? Can I have it?
Yeah, what's up? You need to write your feelings out?
He kind of holds a hand
Good
out.
idea, Joe.
Yeah, here.
He snatches it out of your grasp and then gets up and begins to run down the street with it.
Try to grab him.
Hey!
Well, that wasn't very polite, was it?
I'm glad that I didn't offer up my book full of ideas.
Let's just do a contested strength here, I guess.
There's not many ideas in my book,
So we're just going to see who rolls less?
Yes, that's right.
All right. 65 for Barnaby.
95. So you snatch a hold of his tatters as right at the back of his shirt as he trying to leave with this. No. This is mine.
I pull him closer to me, and I sort of say, "Now, Dennis, I'm quite a good boxer. I suggest you give the young lady her book back." Sort of try to intimidate him a little bit.
Again, it's a feelings journal, but I appreciate you.
37, and I have a intimidate is 40.
He, once you've grabbed him, you pulled him close, right? And he just kind of hands the book back to Joe. And it seems like this moment of lucidity is gone again as he starts ranting again. Sans. I think sans. Mindless.
I think we may have another person who needs to see a doctor. This seems like more than just the drink.
I'm not sure I can do anything for him. He doesn't appear to have any open wounds. He needs more of a doctor of the mind.
What do we do? I also am concerned about the young lady and the glass in her arm, but this gentleman here seems quite ill.
He's attempting to just kind of shuffle off Barnaby if you're going to keep a hold of him.
I'll try to squeeze a little tighter. I do have a psychology of 40. Can I try to talk him into calming him even greater, or sort of say something to the effect of, "You're going to be okay. This happens to everyone. I just want you to relax. Here, sit down with me and let's talk through this," kind of thing. I got a 51. My psychology was 40, I believe. Yeah.
How much luck do you have?
I have 50, so let's see. I'd have to go 51. I have to spend 11. I'll spend them. Why not?
Oh, goodness.
I've got shafted in the luck department.
So yeah, I'll go down. I have 39 luck now.
So you kind of speak to his ramblings, maybe almost, right? Like playing into what he's saying to try to ease him and soothe him a little bit, and you set him back down, and he kind of leans against the library, and again, it's like this passing manic fit almost. His words become mumbled, quieter, and until finally he just kind of passes out, slumped against the side of the library.
Clive, please grab the other side of this. We'll take him over, maybe to the police station. I assume someone's there. They can take him in and let him sleep this off.
I think that's a good idea. Yes. Let's go. And Clive will help support him and sort of help carry his weight to bring him across the road.
All right, so you're taking him to the cop shop. Ladies, what are you still accompanying them? Are you giving chase to this other young woman still?
Well, I don't know where the lady went, so maybe we just follow them to the police station and then go back to bed?
Yep, sounds good to me.
And in no way offering to help carry the guy.
Yeah, no.
So the police station is a 2-story brick building, set apart by a small blue sign that just reads "Police" in white letters. So you also kind of would be able to note that the police station is one building, and like the jail and the morgue is like its own separate building. So you can presume that there are no like holding cells in the police station, but obviously, hopefully, you'd find some officer there or something that you could just dump Dennis off under their hands. I assume is what you're looking to do, right?
Yeah. Sort of go up and bang on the door quite loudly. Try to get somebody's attention.
The door does open, and inside you step into kind of a wide rectangular room, like a black and white checkered tile floor and beige, faded, like dirty, grimy walls. The huge room is like swaddled by a number of office desks, stacks of paper on each of them. At this point, it seems like it is empty and kind of darkened in here. Looks like there's a back office that there is a light on inside. And you see what is like a reception's desk here, which at this time of night, like nobody is manning, especially in a small town like this. It's looks like a secretary's desk, right? But you do see like a little nameplate on the desk reads Cora Wilson, secretary. Although of course she's not on shift right now. But a number of snow globes kind of line this desk. I mean, this is like the first thing that your first impression almost, right, of what's inside of this police station. But yeah, again, you see like a kind of a closed office. Blinds have been shut on the back, but there's a light on inside of it.
Stay here, Barnaby. I'll go and fetch whoever's in that room.
Okay.
So I kind of transfer the weight of this man to Barnaby and make my way back to go knock on the door of the room that has the light on.
While he's doing that, I'm going to examine the snow globes. Oh, how wonderful.
You see kind of a few standard depictions of like winter scenes, but then a few of them have like landmarks from other places around Indiana. Fill in the blanks for yourself, whatever those may or may not be.
Oh, look, a covered bridge. And another covered bridge. And another covered bridge.
Oh, I've been to this covered bridge.
What's the scene one? They all look the same.
Oh no, they're quite distinctive. See how this one has a slightly different arch than that one.
This one's a triple whipple.
Oh my, how exciting.
They're rare. That's a real thing.
What the heck is
Is
a
it
triple
really?
whipple?
A triple whipple is a covered
It's
bridge.
not a covered bridge. It's not a covered bridge. It is a type of bridge.
About 10 minutes from here.
About 10 minutes. It's the last one in the country.
Clive, you kind of give a knock on the office door, and it kind of immediately swings open, and you're confronted with the woman with the eye patch that was kind of eyeing you as you had entered town. She's sitting there. She looks like kind of like haggard, a little tired, right? It's very like it's, in 2 a.m, kind of thing, right? And she swings it open. And immediately as she does, like a hand kind of falls to rest on the hilt of the revolver at her hip. What the hell is going on out here?
Clive sort of stops in his tracks for a moment and pauses as his eyes follow down her hand, landing on the hilt of her gun.
Eye up here, boy!
I'm very sorry for disturbing you at this hour, but my friends and I, we found this man. He's either intoxicated or perhaps having a mental break of some sort. I don't know, but...
You've been accosting my citizens?
No, surely not. He was trying to break into a business that is closed.
Give me a fast talk roll, please.
What is 100? That's a 1, right?
That is a 1. Critical success.
Nice. Okay.
Well done. So she's clearly like immediately antagonistic this late in the morning, But she peers past you as you're, explaining the situation. Her hand kind of leaves her gun and she sighs, and she just starts kind of like absentmindedly like scratching under her eye patch, like the skin around her eye patch, which kind of you can see like underneath the edge of it kind of looks like it's almost a little inflamed. The bit that like the patch almost covers up all of what is red, like red tissue around. But I see you brought Dennis. What was he doing this time?
From what I can tell, perhaps trying to get his way into the library, but nothing he was saying made any sense, really. It was sort of just rambling and muttering incoherently. What I could understand just didn't add up, but he's very obviously not well.
He said he needed a book?
He's the town drunk. This is what he always does. He's got a thing for stealing books.
And it wasn't the time?
Well, it is kind of late. When's notice time? Let me. I'll take him off your hands here, throw him in a cell to dry out.
Yes, thank you. We didn't feel right just leaving him on the streets in case he were to hurt himself or somebody else.
And the girl!
Well, yes, my, I don't know what you would call him, my friend, but Barnaby there is right. We were following this young lady who also seemed unwell, and she had this very large wound on her arm with glass embedded in it. She also was saying some unusual things,
Pus?
but
There's a lot of pus in it.
yes, it seemed infected, and she took off down the street, heading west, and I don't know, we got distracted with this man here.
I'm sure she'll be just fine. Now look, it's late. 4 of you clearly aren't from Glasston. We don't need any more trouble being stirred up, okay? That's it. Like I say, I'll take Dennis. The 4 of you should go back to wherever you need to go.
Do you need your eye looked at? I
No,
am a nurse.
That's quite all right, thank you.
We would be happy to return back to our rooms for the night, and I don't believe we were stirring anything up. We simply responded to what we thought was someone in need, but
There's been plenty of outsiders in the past that have started to stir things up, and we handled them just fine. Hell, I might even like the excitement.
I'm not sure what you mean, but I'm going back to bed. Good night.
I'm coming, Ruby.
yes, I believe I'll have to respectfully agree to disagree, and good night.
Listen, you little shit. You don't disagree with sheriff of this town, all right? You got a problem, I'll deal with you how I dealt with everyone else that has a problem. As again, the hand falls to her revolver.
Miss Wilson, is it? Cora?
You think I'm the goddamn secretary around here?
Excuse me, and your
She
your
pulls
name?
out her revolver and pointing at you, Barnaby.
Clive kind of like ducks off to the side with his hands up.
There's no reason to get violent. I understand we disturbed you in the middle of the night. We will be leaving. I'm so sorry. We will come back tomorrow and check on Dennis to make sure everything's okay.
I don't want to see any of you around here again. I suggest you pack your shit and get out of Glasston.
In the morning, because there's no buses.
First bus out, you're on it.
Yes, okay, yes. First thing in the morning, yes.
We'll resolve this later. Good night.
Clive kind of like backs away slowly, hands still in the air, just silent.
You are quite contrary, Clive. I really think maybe you need to watch what you say in the future.
Are we still within earshot of Sheriff Nutjob?
Clearly the sheriff has holstered her gun, grabs a hold of Dennis off your hands, and just kind of watches as the 4 of you leave the police station.
That sheriff is absurd, stirring things up. We were not stirring anything up. There happened to be 2 people who needed help.
You have commented quite a few times about their glassware.
I didn't say anything to her about the glassware. Perhaps I should have, but I didn't.
She was definitely out of order, for sure.
Thank you, Barnaby.
I agree. Let's just go back and sleep on this. And I mean, I'm sure the lady will be fine. She's run off somewhere. There's nothing we can really do about it. Let's think about this in the morning.
Yes, a good night's sleep is certainly in order. This is beginning to upset my stomach a bit.
do hope to be able to sleep for the rest of the night.
I've got dirt and stank all over my night clothes. Dinner stank.
And you return to your rooms at the inn, I presume, to try to sleep out what's left of the night/early morning here.
Yes.
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.